Literally, just as I'm about to start recording, I just got a note that we're gonna be closed tomorrow, so no clinic for me. You guys, today's Sunday. It's been a while. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Drama. I'm a family medicine attending, a mom and a wife, and I'm really just here for like a check-in video, a chit-chat video, just a sit-down video, so you guys can kind of go about your business, what you have planned for the day, go about your drive or your dishes or your cooking, and you can just kind of listen to me in the background because we're just gonna catch up. It's been a while, and yeah, I'm watching the baby. He is currently sleeping. Husband is upstairs playing video games. We got back from church, chilled a little bit. I ate, and Namdi have actually fallen asleep in the car on the way back, so I put him down and he's been sleeping ever since. But he's gonna wake up soon, and I was like, man, I've been struggling to make and like keep up with content because he is like, anyway, he is just so active now and demands so much of your attention, and it's just hard. But you guys, he turns 1 in a week. So we have his first birthday party coming up next weekend. People coming from out of town, and it's gonna be a really great time. I got an event planner, so I just get to show up, and I'm looking forward to celebrating and just having a good time. And so I wanna just talk about my first year of motherhood, what I've learned about myself, what I've learned about being a mom. And then also, me and my husband celebrated 2 years of marriage. And so I want to talk about that. So I don't really have much structure. I'm really just going to be kind of talking from the heart. And I hope that you guys just maybe glean something and take maybe one thing away from this. So I don't know. I feel like I'll probably just start with marriage. Like, 2 years of being married, and it feels like I've been with this man for my life. Like, I feel like what my life is right now in terms of being with him is like all I know. It's weird to like remember that I used to like live alone and I used to do my own thing, because now it's just like I'm so used to being with him. But I would say that the number one thing that marriage has taught me, and that I would implore to other women who are married or are looking to be married or engaged, everyone just says communication, which is true, that is the thing. But for me specifically, in regards to communication, it's the how and the when, and they're equally important. This second year of marriage, me and Chris have not had any major issues. Like the first year, we went through some like growing pains and had like some more bigger arguments and stuff. Nothing ever like I don't know, relationship ending, but like just in terms of like respect and like preferences and things. But the problem was, number one, there were some things in terms of like being headstrong and kind of me needing to learn how to be more respectful. But also the communication part, how you say something and when. So I've learned that very practically, if there's something bothering me or I wish something would have gone a different way, like the day before, I'm not gonna bring it up in that moment. I'm gonna wait for the perfect time. Usually that requires prayer and for God to kind of reveal that to me, and just being intentional and mindful of what's going on. But I rarely even if it's festering, when he comes home from work, I don't bring it up. I still like take care of him, greet him, am happy, make his dinner, do the things that, sorry, I'm looking at the baby. Do the things that like he needs from me. I still provide love. I'm still happy. And then in a different time of the day, maybe when we're chilling after the baby's down, maybe we're taking a walk, maybe it's like post dinner and we're just like relaxing, I don't know. Or maybe we just finished showering or like doing that, get ready for bedtime. That's when I'll bring it up, because it's gonna be received so much better, so much more openly, and he'll be quicker to understand. He'll be slower to get upset, and the issue will more than likely be resolved in that moment, and that's it. And then we're able to move forward. Because I used to, like in the beginning was like, which is like what I was told, like don't let anything linger, like address it as soon as possible. And so like I would want to like bring stuff up and it would just be the worst time. And he would be like, babe, like I'm chilling right now, like you know, like just get back from work, or you know, I don't know, in the morning, like, babe, I'm chilling right now. Like, I really don't, like, okay, sounds good. Yep, you're right. Got it. Cool. And like, that'll be my response. And I'll be like, what do you mean? Like, why are you not, like, you're not, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll be wanting him to like talk to me, and he'd be like, all right, cool. Sounds good. Yep, cool. Because he's trying to get back to like what he's trying to do. So I learned that practically, like, it's okay. Like, I would literally tell myself, this isn't the time. Like, this isn't the time. Like, and the thing is, like, you can't even if it's festering, you can't like just be mad and like give negative energy. You still give joy, you still light up your home, you still be the woman of the house, you still look beautiful, you still act beautiful, you still act in the image of God. And then when that time comes, you're able to bring it up. And that has been a huge game changer for me. Another thing that I've learned is you just have to be intentional. If you just go with the flow and you just let the days roll on by, you're never going to actually accomplish anything as a unit. So you have to be intentional. I've mentioned it before that we do monthly marriage meetings. Those are so important with to set our goals. What are our like regular financial goals? What are our career goals? What are our goals for our son, for our family, for our home, for like what are we going to be doing over the next month? Because you have to be, and then you can touch base on what did we do last month. Like you have to be like checking in. There has to be intention. There has to be goals. It can't just be like a never-ending to-do list of random tasks that you just get done here and there, and you just talk about it randomly during the week. Like it can't. Like sometimes even if we skip a month, which happens, we'll know because we'll be like, bro, like what is going on with this? Like we would have, well, if we had our meeting, we would have been able to talk about it. You know, like we would like lapse on it, and we'll realize that. So especially if you have like big expenses and stuff, like you have to discuss, because like if you follow like a traditional marriage model, you know, your husband will be the head of the household, and as a wife, you will submit to him in love, and that's kind of how our house runs. However, because I'm more organized, I'm the one who handles the logistics of our finances. He does dictate things like, okay, we want to put this much to savings every month, and then I'll be the one to set it up. I'm the one who monitors the like money in and out. I'm the one who pays the like credit card bill, make sure we have enough money in checking, blah, 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 blah. So those logistics I do, but he's the kind of the one who dictates that, and we talk about it together before things get done. And it just helps because you just want to be on the same page. Like when you're married, you are one. You're the two, what is it? The husband leaves his family and joins his wife, and the two become one. Literally. We have the same last name. This is our home. This is our legacy. This is our life that we're building together. So we have to be on the same page. And if one person's trying to do one direction and they're not on the same page, it ruins things. So even if it's like something, for example, recently we upgraded our media room. To me, I'm like, leave it alone. We could upgrade it next year. Like it's not that big of a deal. We can maybe work on like saving more, especially because we have a Namdi's party, which who knew parties were so expensive? But spent a lot of money, like thousands of dollars on a first year birthday party. Like why are balloons so expensive? Food, decorations, it's crazy. But anyway, I digress. We spent a lot of money. That's what I'm thinking logistically, like it's not that big of a deal. Let's save more money. Let's do it next year. But for him, it's like, this is my room. I want to like enjoy, like have his man cave experience, play video games, watch sports. So for him, it was a big deal. And we butted heads about it. He came home, he was like, I'm gonna win you over. He had a whole presentation. He told me why he wanted it, the reason why it's beneficial, how we can like pay for it over time versus saving up for it and paying in one lump sum, blah, blah, blah. And we had that conversation. He respected me enough to bring that to me and make sure that I got on the same page before he made that move. But literally after that meeting, I was like, babe, to be honest, I still feel like this isn't really the direction that we should go, but I can tell this is something you're really passionate about. I can feel your energy around it. and it sounds like this is something you really want. And at the end of the day, I'm sure we're gonna be okay. So, you know, we can go for it. As soon as I said that, we went our separate ways. He left. He went to Best Buy and got everything. And literally the next couple of days, somebody came to install everything. Happened very quickly. Because as soon as I got on board with it, because before we had been like contentious. But you know, just little things like that. Communicating, being intentional, staying on track, setting goals, and just winning together, doing things together, making decisions together. It just helps your bond. And then other things I've learned is the beauty in serving as a wife. I've been consuming a lot of like Christian and feminine, what is it called? Christian motherhood, femininity, whatever, that type of stuff. Like, what's her name? Dr. Michelle Daff, or Bindi Mark, those type of people. So I consume a lot of their content, which I do enjoy. And most of these I agree with, some things maybe not, but I have been striving to be more of a feminine wife and feminine mother and feminine woman to myself. And that has shown in my marriage, you know, in terms of how I look around the house, how I try to make sure I stay put together, how I just act, how I'm lighthearted, and my tone of voice, my energy, how I try to bring peace and joy, and not every time contention. So I think that that's really important. And I'm finding joy in serving my husband. Of course, I serve my son, but that's a given. And he just makes that easy because he's so cute. But when you're serving your husband, it's not as easy because he's able-bodied. And so you're like, well, you can get it too. You can do it too. But I have found joy in serving him, and it has changed the way that he interacts with me too. He gives more of himself to me because I'm quicker to serve him. I'm quicker to bring things to him. I handle all of his food, and like I pack his lunch for work every day. I make him dinner for the most part every night. Sometimes if I'm caught up, he will do his own stuff. Like, he's not handicapped, but he likes when I serve him like any man would. And I enjoy to serve him like I feel many women should, but we don't. Just because most of the time we're tired and we're exhausted. Now, the reason why I'm able to do this with joy has to do with my work schedule, which, as you guys know, I do work as a family medicine physician, and family medicine gets a bad rap for, like, you know, run-of-the-mill stuff. It's boring, got a lot of paperwork, you work long hours, bring work home. But honestly, my job is not like that. So I feel like I just got the lucky end to stick. But we don't need to talk that much about my hours. I've talked about this in other videos, but I work from 7 to 3. So generally I'm home for 2 hours before he gets home, generally. I'm usually home a little bit after 4, and he doesn't get home until usually after 6-ish. Sometimes it's early, sometimes it's later, whatever. But because of that time that I have, and we have a nanny, so she helps take care of the baby. So usually I come home, spend some time with the baby, and then I'm also able to spend time with myself. Or after work, I'm able to do something for myself, then come home and spend time with the baby and switch into wife and mom mode. But because I have that in-between time, it's easier for me to serve my husband. I get excited waiting for him to get back. I have time to kind of think about what I'm gonna make for him or what we're gonna do. And it just makes it easier. So, I mean, as a woman, as a professional woman who's incorporating, who's adding income to the house. What am I trying to say? Who's contributing like income into the home. It is important. You want to be seen as a professional and as a person who's bringing income into the home, but you also want to be seen as a soft woman who has needs that need to be met and who serves her family. So that balance is easier when you have good hours and you can come home, shut off, don't have to do work, and be able to tend to your family. So that's the reason why I'm able to do that. And it works. It works very well, honestly, because once I leave work, that's it. And everything else can wait. And my hours are good. That allows me to be more present for my family. So if I worked the same hours Chris worked, we would be struggling, because I'm like, I'm getting home the same time you are. I'm still trying to decompress myself, and you know, a little bit, but because of my schedule, I'm able to do that before he gets home. So that makes a difference. But he responds so much better to me. He's softer to me. He will hold me, touch me, give me words of affirmation, do these things because I'm serving him in the ways that he wants to. These are things that are important to him, and this is how he feels love. Like, he doesn't need me to pick out his clothes, or for example, like, he doesn't care about that. But if he does want me to hold him, or give him a massage, or make his food, or pour him a drink, you know, little things like that. But in reverse, he also takes care of me. Now, I personally don't like him dealing with my food because I'm just particular. I like certain portions. I like things a certain way. And he has made food for me before, and he just doesn't quite get it right. So I just prefer doing myself anyways. So I'm not really tripping. And also, when he makes himself food, he always like overdoes it. He wastes a lot of food. Like, I feel like I know his stomach better than he knows his. So it just works out. And because I do it with joy and I don't complain, he receives it well, and we're able to like enjoy those acts of service, or I enjoy doing those acts of service. I think that, like, I have some friends who do hospital work, or they're on call on the weekends. One of my good friends, OBGYN, I have friends anesthesiologists, and like, they do make more money, but at the sacrifice of that lifestyle, because they're on call during the week or the weekend. And when I say, like, I couldn't even imagine having to go to work. Like, I'm like, you can pay me $100,000, $200,000 less for me to not have to work on the weekend or nights. Like, me and my husband spend every night together, every day together on the weekend. Like, I cannot imagine being separate. Like, I think that's weird. I'm like, why, as a woman, would I not be home with my family on the weekend, especially like on a Sunday, on a weeknight? Like, that time is so important. I give my son a bath every night. I put him to sleep every night. Like, I enjoy that. Like, I want to do that. I would be so sad if I couldn't do that, or if somebody else had to do that. Especially because I have a nanny. I'm gone all day anyway. Like, to have that time with him in the night is so important to me, and it's so important to consider when you're thinking about what lifestyle you want. Because, like, I have friends, emergency medicine, anesthesia, whatever. Like, they have those more like advanced or surgical specialties, and it costs you some of your lifestyle. It really does. And more of your income has to go to supplementing that. Like, you have to pay for, make sure you have somebody to be with your family at night or on the weekend. You have to pay more money for a babysitter or someone to stay over, because your husband, depending on what he does, he may be in a high profession as well and be busy. Or if he's a masculine man, he may not really be all about like being able to be home with the baby as well. You know what I mean? So you have to think about that. And of course, you don't think about it when you're a med student or when you're like in high school, thinking about your career. But now that I'm sitting in it in my life, I'm like so thankful for the fact that I don't ever have to even think about working on the weekend. Like, I get to watch my cousin, my nieces play soccer. I get to go drop by my sister's house. I get to just go to the store. I get to take my baby to the park. Like, I don't have to think about, oh, okay, I'm working this weekend, but next weekend, blah, 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 blah. Like, I could just go, I just think it's crazy that people work on the weekend. I don't know. Like, but I digress. Speaking of more about being a mom, I've mentioned getting a nanny or having a nanny, and I would say for a 2-physician household, it's pretty much the only way to go, because we have someone who lives with us. She stays with the baby. She wakes him up in the morning, does his daytime stuff, and then when I come home, I essentially take over, but she still helps, because sometimes I may want to cook, sometimes I want to just relax or sleep or take a walk or go to the gym or spend time with my husband. So she does still monitor the baby at night, but it helps, because even when the baby goes to sleep, me and Chris, maybe we may go out to the gym like afterwards, like at 8 p.m. We may want to just go take a walk outside. Having somebody in the house all the time gives us way more flexibility. And then she goes home every other weekend. And so like this weekend she's off. We don't have to worry about, oh, okay, does she want to come, or how do we work around her? Like, we have flexibility. When she's here, it's great because we can sleep in on the weekends, but then we wake up, you know, we can still have fun with him. We can take him out, go places. We bring her along, or she stays at home. Like she can do whatever she wants, and it's just, it works. You don't have to worry about anybody ever calling out, like not being able to take care of your child, daycare closing. What are you gonna do on the days when you have to work? Calling out, taking sick days. You don't have to worry about that. My husband, who's like obsessed with his RVUs, he never wants to take time off work. Like he would fail. Like I would have to be the one taking time off all the time, which eventually we will transition. But in this early phase, especially when babies are so prone to getting sick and this and that, they're not as robust. Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine. And especially with our nanny, who she cooks, she helps me do his laundry, she cleans up around the house. I would not survive. I'm sorry. Well, I would have figured it out some way, but it just wouldn't have been enjoyable. And I think me and my husband would have a lot more issues without her. So as a mom, I've learned that getting help is necessary and it's important, and it's care for you and care for your baby, and you're able to be a better mom when you have extra hands. But on the flip side, with having help means that there's gonna be different ways of doing things. Like our nanny's gonna do things a little bit differently. She may use a pacifier a little bit more than I would like, or she may really force him to finish his food, you know, with that traditional mentality of like finish your food, versus I'm like, leave him alone. Like he's fine. Like if he's done eating, you don't have to like force feed him while he's crying. So like little, you know, different things like that. We may have different ways of doing things. She may want to change his diaper a certain way, whereas I'm like, I would like to, she may sit down, like she likes to sit down, change his diaper. I like to stand up, changing his diaper. Like at the changing station, she may want to just do it like on the floor or something. I don't really care. Like you have to just like relinquish control when it comes to these small things. Sorry, my memory card got full. I don't even know what I was saying, but I think I was saying that there's just gonna be a difference in the way certain things are done, but on the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. Like the baby's gonna be fine. She's gonna grow. Their teeth will come in. They're gonna eventually crawl. They're gonna eventually walk. Nothing really in those little things is gonna make that much of a difference. And so as much as getting help is necessary, you do also have to relinquish some control for your own benefit. Like you really can't trip. Like the baby's gonna sleep when he's tired. You can't be like, oh, like, but in the nap time is now, like, oh, what are you doing? Like, you just have to be like, forget it. Like the baby's fine. The baby's fine. Like babies' bodies know what they need, and they're going to tell you by force. So there's really not much wrong you can do that's gonna like truly harm the baby, unless you're like dropping them, you know? So sorry, I was like, this is getting dark. I would say like relinquish control because it's for your own good. The baby's going to be fine. Get help. Stop trying to do everything yourself. Get help. There's some nights where she will put the baby to sleep. So me and Chris can have date night, for example. Or I don't know, like I may have, like I go like to a Bible study in the evening, and I would just have her put the baby down in those instances because she's already here. Like having somebody physically here in the house with you to help is so important. And for me, I've noticed that it's better for it to be hired help than like a family member, just because when it's grandma, like you can't really say that much. You kind of just really have to let grandma do what they want because it's their grandchild. But when you have hired help, like a nanny, you are able to say, okay, like no, like if his grandma is just like all bets are off, you just gotta let them do whatever they want to do because that's their grandchild, rightfully so. So yeah, I have learned the beauty in asking, getting help, and it has made motherhood way more beautiful and enjoyable for me. And also watching his bond with her has been wonderful, and knowing that he's in good hands, never having to worry about a babysitter. Eventually we'll lose her. I think we're gonna transition to daycare maybe when he's like 1.5 years-ish. We'll see. And because eventually he's gonna need to like learn something. That's the thing with our nanny. She's not, there are some nannies that are like, maybe former daycare educators or something, and they can teach, but ours is more of like, she can watch him, take care of him, feed him, clothe him, bath him, make sure that he's like physically taken care of, but she's not gonna like teach him or like stimulate him that much. And we have toys and stuff, but like, I mean, she can like, anyways, you understand what hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. Like eventually he's gonna have to go to daycare because he's gonna need like to socialize and learn things. But for this early period of time, keeping him home has been wonderful, not only for him, but also for us. Yeah, and then with parenting, in terms of like with my husband, you must be flexible. You can't like I've had experience because of my nieces, right? Like I pretty much not raised 3 kids, but I've had a lot of baby experience. I've seen a lot, and Chris has not. It's his first like child experience, and so he may have preferences for certain things, you know, and be like, no, I don't want him to do this, even though I'm like, they're gonna be fine, like it's not that big of a deal. Shut up, like just shut up. You don't need to argue. Not everything needs to be an argument. You just say, okay, babe, sounds good. Because why? Why would you argue with the head of your household? Allow it. Who cares? Like I said, again, the baby's gonna be fine. And certain things, like, for example, the way I dress him, like Chris is very specific. He's like, this is my son. He needs to look good. He likes the onesie clothes. So you like the diaper is not showing. But for me, I'm like, just put him in a little cute little baby t-shirt and some shorts. It's fine. But he'd be like, why you dress him like that? Like, oh, don't change him. So that happened a couple times before I realized like, this is his preference. Get over it, shut up, just do what he wants, because who cares? Buy more of the stuff he wants. Oh, he already like for me, I'm like, he already has a lot of clothes, but it's not the ones that he likes. Get him the ones that he likes, because you're gonna have a happier household, a happier husband, your baby's still gonna look fine. It's not gonna like break your bank for him to have a few more clothes or whatever. Like, just cannot sweat the small stuff, because if you make every little thing an argument, it's exhausting. It's truly exhausting. Like, you don't have to explain yourself. Everyone knows the baby's gonna be fine. Baby's diapers show all the time. Who cares? He cares. So it is what it is. So if your husband or your partner like has those things in terms of parenting, like I just don't want my child to wear that or eat that or do that or go there. That's it. That's it. And if you have your own preferences, if I have my own preferences that are strong, they're gonna be heard, especially if it's something, you know, important, I guess. So I think like it's just, you just need to get on the same page, understand where your partner's coming from, and not everything has to be an argument. Like, okay, you submit to your husband, and it can be beautiful and make your life so much simpler. Like, if that's what he wants, so be it. Like, I personally have found peace in that. It makes my life easier. If this is how you feel, cool, bet, I got you. Won't happen again, or we'll keep doing that. Like, roger that, check. Like, he just makes my life easier by making his preferences so clear, and I don't mind. And you can't get hung up and stuff. You're not a bad mom if your husband wants you to change your baby's clothes because he don't like them. Just do it. So I don't know, like little things like this, like I have learned, because old me would have put my foot down, like, this is fine, like I'm da-da-da-da, or I'm not buying this because he already has this, or this is what I said it's gonna be, so it's gonna be. Like, I don't know, like I feel like old me was way more combative, pre-marriage me. And I think those kinks got worked out in the first year, and our baby came along, worked out a couple other kinks, and here we are. Like, I feel like I am such a different person than I was 2 years ago. A year ago, you know, when I've had the baby, I feel like I am becoming way more of a beautiful, easeful person. I love the roles that I'm in terms of being a wife and a mom, and I still enjoy my work as a doctor because I still get to make such a difference in patients' lives, but it's not overwhelming. And I want to implore you, like other women who are professionals, I feel like if you watch this channel, you're probably you're in medicine, you're trying to be in medicine, you're eventually going to be in medicine. And that's beautiful. Although I will say, honestly, I don't advise people going into medicine as much these days because there's so many other like really cool career paths out there, but that's neither here nor there. You're already planning on going into medicine. Think about your life. Like, think about what you want to wake up in the morning. Is your husband next to you or is he not? Are you waking up in the hospital or are you not? Or do you have a trip coming up, or do you not? Are you able to, I don't know, like think about the fact that like you want to have date nights every week. Every week is too much for us. We do once a month, but like, is that important to you? Is your lifestyle conducive? Are you guys working flip-flop schedules where it's not possible? Like, think about logistics in your life. Like, my camera overheated, but let's just wrap it up. I think I was saying that I would just encourage you to think about what you want your life to look like. Especially if you're not even with anybody, like what kind of partner do you want to be with? And you are gonna grow so much, and time is gonna make you into a better person each day. The same way it's done for me. And I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I kind of just rambled, but I hope you got something good from it. This is kind of what I've been up to growing as a wife and a mother and as a physician. I am gonna end the video here, go wake up my son because he has slept this entire time, and get ready to feed him. I will catch you guys in my next video, and next week I'm gonna have a 1-year-old. That's wild. It's like sand is in my hands slipping through my fingertips. I cannot even deal. Like, he's walking, he is on the move. He had to childproof everything. He is such a joy, but like, it's so sad that he's growing up so much. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little chit chat, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.